Namaste and welcome to Wisdom with Grace Yoga. My name is Sophie, and here on this channel, I am the Manifesting Yogini. It's early spring as I record this, and if you've made New Year's resolutions this past winter that faded after January 14th, please don't be discouraged. Winter is a season of rest, a time to reflect, gain clarity, and feel excited about the changes you want to make. But when it comes to taking action, spring is your ally. It's the perfect season to plant the seeds of new habits that can truly grow. With that in mind, I've themed today's practice springing into action, a chance to ritualize a turning point and finally step forward on those resolutions you've been dreaming about. When you're ready, put on some music if that feels supportive to you, and let's begin. So find your way into a comfortable seat, and we'll begin with chanting Oms. You can do whatever you like with your hands, taking a breath in. And continue to breathe normally in and out through the nose. Eyes can stay open or closed if that feels safe to you. And just noticing here. Feeling into the physical body, noticing any sensations, any places you're gripping onto that you don't need to be. Maybe inviting a little bit more length through the spine. Relaxing the shoulders and the jaw. And taking a deep breath in here. And exhale, slowly let all the air out. And 2 more breaths like that. Inhale. And see if you can lengthen the exhale, breathing in and out through the nose. And I do have a couple blocks today that we'll be using for practice. If you don't have any blocks at home, that's okay. You can just use a pillow or something, or a rolled up blanket can work too. I also have a blanket here in case you might like a blanket in case you have sensitive knees for this practice. So we're going to begin practice in a supported fish pose. And we're just going to use one block today on the lowest setting. If you find you have this hurts your neck, you can always grab a block or a blanket and place one under your head. I'm going to be demonstrating with just the one block today, though. And this goes like right along your brow line, right underneath the shoulder blades. So the head should touch the ground. We shouldn't have the head dangling off the block at all. If that's the case, then place a blanket or something. Another thing you can do is lift and lower the hips, and sometimes that can help guide you into the right position. And the feet can be planted on the floor like I have, or extended along, whichever feels better in your body today. And if you'd like a little added support here, a couple things you can do with your hands. You can interlace the hands behind your head and draw the elbows to the ceiling. That feels pretty great today for me. I'm a little tighter. Another thing you can try is extending the arms and bringing the hands together overhead. So the arms are as straight as possible here, and the hands are on the ground. So this is more of a shoulder opener. It can be rather intense. And again, lifting the hips can help to bring the hands down, and lowering them can help a few times. And you can always just have your arms by your side if you prefer, but picking one variation here and breathing into any sensation. What can you relax? Where can you let go? Observing the breath. Is it steady, smooth? Jagged? Is there anywhere in the body you're still gripping onto? Believe it or not, it is spring here. This is what spring looks like in Maine if you're looking out my window right now. Yes, we have a snowstorm. And taking a breath here, we'll slowly, if your hands are overhead, bring them by your side. Walk the soles of the feet to the mat and just roll over gently onto one side and press your way up. Moving right into a child's pose, bringing the knees wide apart. About mat's width apart, toes to touch, and sit the hips right atop the heels, reaching the fingertips forward. Forehead comes to the mat. Setting your personal intention, perhaps around the habits that you're creating. Perhaps having some intention of having some patience and compassion for yourself as you make changes is another good intention. And reaching the fingers a little farther forward, lift the torso up slightly, walk your hands over to the right, and gently coming back down to a child's pose, maybe placing the left hand atop the right, pressing back with the left hip. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, returning back to center. Lengthen out through the sides of the waist and over to the left hand side. Maybe placing the right hand atop the left and taking a breath here. Gently pressing back through the right hip crease. Returning the torso back to center, coming up to hands and knees for our cat-cows. Moving gently here. Belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, round through the spine, chin tucks under. Moving in unison with breath. And finding a neutral spine, extending the right foot behind you, tuck the toes under, and just gently press the heel back for a bit of an opening through the back of the leg. And then we'll stack the heel right atop the ball of the foot. And imagine there's a wall behind you. So we're not physically moving the heel back. We're just pressing energetically back. So notice here what that does to the muscles in the legs. And then from here, we'll lift the left knee into the chest and place it back down. We'll switch legs. Extend the left leg and just press back through the left heel. And then stacking the left heel over the ball of the foot and gently, energetically press back with the heel. And lifting the right knee up. Step the right foot to meet the left and just come right back through to a down dog. Any movement you'd like here in your down dog, maybe shifting heel side to side. Saying yes or no with the head, bending one knee and the other. Or just stillness if that feels better to you. Hips are high to the ceiling. And placing the knees back down, we'll come to Virasana seated on our heels. If this feels like too much, you can always grab a block and sit up on a block. Another thing you can try is placing a blanket over your calves. That sometimes can be helpful here. And we'll inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling and moving through some shoulder rotations. Arm circles. And think of the word for that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. And reverse direction. And placing the fingertips down, we'll bring the right fingertips towards the floor and just draw the right ear to the right shoulder. Keep the left hand towards the floor as well, not bring the left shoulder up. And then draw the nose towards the armpit. And then rotate back to center. And other side, left ear, left shoulder. Keep the right shoulder down. And then nose to armpit. And then rotating back to center. Inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the ears away from the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, left hand down, right hand reaches overhead. Returning back to center. Exhale, right hand down, left hand reaches overhead. And returning back to center. Exhale, open up through the arms and twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Returning back to center, place your hands behind you. Maybe you need blocks here if the floor is far away. And from here, we'll press through the shins, press through the tops of the feet. Maybe the hips can start to lift up off the heels. And lowering them back down, coming forward, back onto hands and knees. Tucking the toes under, lift the hips, and unfold into down dog. Walk the hands towards the feet. Find yourself into a ragdoll. Knees are generously bent. Torso drapes over the thighs. Head and neck are soft. Press through the feet and slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And then just spin yourself around to the front of the mat. From here, lift and spread your toes. Make sure the heels are right behind the middle toes for your Tadasana, and you'll feel the arches start to lift. And then release the toes back down to the earth and try to maintain that lift of arch, stretching the fingertips towards the earth. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bow forward over the legs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to shins. Elongate here through the spine, through the crown of the head. Take a breath. Exhale, step the left foot back. Big step back. And we'll lower the left knee down. Inhale, rising up to an Anjaneyasana. As we move to an Anjaneyasana, I want you think of pressing the hips forward and gently lifting the hip bone up. So we feel the hip flexor here of the left leg. And inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we'll bend the elbows, draw them down. Imagine someone's finding some resistance here. Imagine there's someone's hands underneath your elbows pressing back up. As we press the hips forward, heart lifts. And exhale, straighten through the front leg. Flex the toes towards your face. You can bring your hands onto blocks here if you need, or to the floor for your half Hanumasana, half split. Press back through the right hip as you reach the heart forward. Breathing here. Soften through the right knee. Place both hands to the inside of the right foot. Tuck the back toes under and walk yourself over to a wide-legged forward fold. All 10 toes are facing forward. Maybe you have 9 toes. I don't know. I'm just making assumptions here about how many toes you have, as usual. And then from here, you want to think of lifting through the hips. Just let the head and torso be soft. I don't really care what you do with your hands. And walking your hands to the left foot. Step the left foot back to the right. Come into a plank. Shifting forward onto the toes. Place your knees down if you like. Elbows draw to the back of the mat. And the heart stays lifted, hips and heart at the same time, lowering all the way down to the belly. Hands by your rib cage. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Drag your hands towards your feet as your heart pulls forward for a Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Your hands should be able to lift right up off the floor. And exhale, lower, pressing back up either into plank or onto hands and knees. Press back into down dog. Some refinements here in your down dog, lifting high onto the balls of the feet. Soften the knees and press the hips back away. Drag the hands in towards each other. Heart towards the thighs as you lower the heels down in line with the middle toes. Keep a nice soft bend through the knees. Inhale the left foot, three-legged dog, just lifting it just hip height. Right heel stays down. Release the left foot down. Inhale, right foot, three-legged dog. And release the right foot down. Now lift high up on both balls of the feet. Right heel is lifted. Now left heel lifts. Swing the left knee forward. Step through between the hands. And we'll prepare for a high crescent lunge. So left knee directly over left ankle. Swing the hands behind you. Inhale, rising up to your high crescent. Swing the hands back behind you, leaning over the front leg. And float that right leg up, maybe just a couple inches off the floor. And exhale right back into a 5-pointed star. From here, we'll turn the toes out and the heels in, and we'll sit down into a goddess squat. So the knees are pointing in the direction of our middle toes. From here, bring the hands behind your head and left elbow, left knee. Inhale, back to center, right elbow, right knee. Back to center, straighten through the legs. Turn the left toes out, warrior two to the back of the room. Flip the left palm up, reach it forward, up and back, reverse. And exhale, step the right foot to meet the left. Come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale. And exhale, straighten through the legs, press through the heels, perhaps a gentle arch back. And hands through to heart center by your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, circle sweep the arms. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, right foot steps back. And place the right knee down. Shift the hips forward and down. Inhale, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. Press through the back of the foot to take weight off that knee. Inhale, exhale, elbows draw down, heart lifts. And exhale, straighten through the front leg. Flex the toes towards your face. Hands to blocks or the floor. Chest pulls forward. Walk the hands to the inside of the left foot. Soften to the left knee. Tuck the back toes under and spin yourself all the way around into a wide-legged forward fold. From your wide-legged forward fold, reaching underneath the legs behind you. And hands back underneath the shoulders. Walk your hands to the right foot. Stepping the right foot back to meet the left into plank. Shifting forward onto the toes. Coming down to your belly. Or you can do chaturanga, up dog, whichever you feel more inspired to today. Into cobra. Your vinyasa, your choice. Pressing up and back. Just please be safe. Honor your body. Lift up high onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, right foot, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Reach the fingertips back behind you for high crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, swing the hands back behind you and maybe float that left leg up. This is optional. Inhale. Exhale, right back through to a goddess squat. This time, bring the hands to the knees. And we'll use the hands to press down into the knees as we lower the right shoulder down and back to center. The left shoulder down and back to center. Inhale, straighten through the legs. And exhale, turn the left toes in, the right toes out. Warrior two now to the front of the mat. Flip the right palm, reach right fingertips forward, up and back, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, step the left foot to meet the right, sit down into Utkatasana chair. You will sit a little bit lower. Exhale, press through the feet. And maybe press the hips forward, gentle arch back. And hands through to heart center. By your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms. Exhale, bow forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step left foot back. Place the left knee down. Inhale, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. Now place the hands behind the head. Elbows peel open. Hips draw forward. And maybe invite a little bit more of an arch here, more of a back bend. And exhale, hands by your side. Half Hanumasana. If full Hanumasana is calling to you, go for it. Soften through the right knee. Place both hands to the inside of the right foot. Turn yourself over to a wide-legged forward fold. Any variation of wide-legged forward fold. Walk your hands over to the left foot. Step the left foot back and move through your vinyasa of choice. Lowering down, arching up, and pressing back down dog. Lift high onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, left foot, three-legged dog. Swing the left knee forward. Step the left foot between the hands. Reach the fingertips back behind you. Inhale, rise up to your crescent lunge. Exhale, swing the hands back behind you and float that right leg up. Inhale and exhale, step back into your goddess squat. Inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling, sit down nice and low. And exhale, side bend over to the left. Maybe the left hand can come to the ground, maybe not. And back to center. Exhale, side bend to the right. And returning back to center. Straighten through the legs. Turn the right toes in, the left toes out. Warrior two to the back of the mat. Again, stepping the right foot forward. Sit down into your Utkatasana chair. Press through the feet. Inhale, rising up. Perhaps a gentle arch back. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step right foot back, placing the right knee down to the ground. Hips draw forward. Inhale, reaching fingertips up towards the ceiling, palms together behind the head, inviting maybe a little bit more of a back bend. And exhale, hands down. You can come into full split or half Panamasana, whichever is calling to you. And wherever you are, bring the left knee over the ankle, placing both hands to the inside of the left foot. Tuck the back toes under, wide-legged forward fold. Walk your hands to the right foot, stepping right foot back to meet left. And moving through one final Vinyasa class, lowering down, arching up. Exhale, pressing back. Remember to breathe. Lifting high onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, right foot, three-legged dog. Step lightly through between the hands. Find your low lunge. Reach the fingertips back behind you. And rising on up to your high crescent. And maybe lose your balance a little. That's okay. Sometimes we need to lose it to find it. Inhale. Exhale, swing the hands back behind you. Float the left leg up. Maybe you can dip the chest a little bit lower. And step the left foot back. Right back through. And instead of goddess, we'll heel toe the feet in. Heels in. Toes out. Sit the hips down into a Malasana squat. From here, come on down to a seat. We'll bring soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Allowing the feet to open here and guiding the knees towards the floor by using the strength of your legs. So just pressing the knees down. And then bring your hands to the knees. And instead of pressing down, we're going to press the knees into the hands and press down into the knees. And we'll hold here for a few breaths. This is PNF stretching. It's said to do something to the brain, to help to relax the muscles a little bit more. And then slowly lower down. Think of lengthening as you lower. And we're not forcing, just allowing gravity. And slowly coming back up to center. Extend your legs forward and slowly lower all the way down to your back. We'll move into a non-supportive fish. So bringing the hands underneath the sacrum. So this is how my teacher taught me fish. She is trained, or says she's trained in Iyengar style. So you might like a different way of doing fish, but this is what feels best in my body. And you might like this way, you might like a different way. But bringing the knees into the chest, and I don't lift the head until I exhale, press the knees, feet come straight. And you notice my head doesn't really come off the floor. I'm just dragging it to the crown of the head as my chest lifts. So you want to think really just of lifting the chest up off the floor and just allowing that rib cage to balloon open. And then slowly bring the knees back in. Release the hands and give your knees a squeeze. Maybe rock side to side. Hopefully you're not still in a back bend anymore. Your head is on the ground, chin neutral. And from here, extend the arms into a T and placing the knees to the right. So I sometimes like to first adjust my hips first and come over onto the right glute and then knees to the right. I find I get a little bit more of a deeper twist that way. And if you've got some hips, you might find the same thing. And engaging the core, drawing the knees back to center, placing the soles of the feet down, lifting the hips slightly, and then rocking over onto the left glute, or you can just bring the knees over to the left. If you rock over, just make sure the knees come into the chest first and then over. So that way the knees and the hips are lined up and we're getting the twist through our spine a little deeper, perhaps gazing towards the right hand. Breathing in through the abdomen. Engaging the core, drawing the knees into the chest. And any other postures or movements you need to get out of the way, clothing you need to put on. Now is your time. And I will leave you for your Shavasana. Please don't skip it if you don't know what Shavasana is. Or if you'd like a guided Shavasana, I have a meditation playlist in the description below. Otherwise, this is where I leave you. Please don't skip it. It's really important to integrate and process the practice through meditation. That is one of my New Year's resolutions, was to get an hour of meditation in a day. So try to get some, and after practice is really a great time to do it, because really the purpose of doing a practice or doing these asanas is to prepare the body for meditation. So good luck on all your New Year's resolutions, maybe coming back, returning, and springing forward into some consistency in your life. Thank you so much for joining me today, and namaste.